parents here. All of us are parents here, including Ms. Kate Hudson, who's joining us for this. We've got some important money lessons to teach our kids. Finance expert, best-selling author, our friend Beth Kobliner is here to share secrets from her new book. It's called Make Your Kid a Money Genius. Yes, please, Beth. Yes, please. So, what is the most important thing parents should know? Our overview before we get to our lesson. What's the most important thing parents should know about how to do this?
The important thing is you have to start early. You want to start when your kid is 3 because they understand basic concepts like exchange. It's never too late. But by 7, some of those habits are already set according to research. So it's good, but it's never too late.
Okay, all right, so we've got some questions for everybody. We're gonna put you guys to the test and hopefully teach you all something in the process. We're gonna say a few statements, and then you guys tell me if you think they're true or false, and then Beth will tell you what she has to say about the answers. Numero uno, handing your kids cash may actually make them spend less. True or false? Michael, Kate, Amy, okay, what do you think? Beth, you give us.
I have to say that true is correct.
I was hoping.
The idea is when people use cash, they actually spend less than when they use credit cards or debit cards. In fact, when they use cards, they spend almost 2 times as much. It's sort of like the pain of paying. When you're handing over dollar bills, you feel like you're getting rid of the money, and so it's better to use cash.
But sometimes the kids spend it and then they just ask for more.
Well, we say no.
I just don't need anything.
That's another question. You should insist that your child has a job by high school. True or false, guys? You should insist your child has a job by high school.
I'm kind of going against my
You
own
are
theory.
2 for 2. False. You're right.
Really?
The reason why? It's great to have a part-time job where you're in high school to help with family responsibility, but if your kid works more than 15 hours a week, their grades tend to drop. So unless you could limit it to below 15 hours a week, you might as well wait and have them work in the summer.
Did you guys have part-time jobs in high school?
Yes.
Yes.
I did 20 hours a week and had straight A's, just saying.
Oh,
You're
I can't even go that. But what about having those expectations for your kids?
Right.
I had a job.
I had a job, can't say I got straight A's.
It all worked out. It all worked out.
And I loved my job. Yeah. I thought that was really
I think it's a good
character
lesson.
Great
But
to have a
15
job,
hours.
But under 15 hours.
Okay. Allowance is the best
store.
way. Allowance is the best way to teach your kids financial responsibility. True or false?
The best way?
Is it?
That's a trick
Well, that's
question.
a trick question.
The
Allowance
best
is
way.
the
Okay,
best.
allowance is a good way.
Okay.
Financial
Yeah.
responsibility, allowance.
Right. Well, when we asked it the tricky way, you all caught on to that. If it's the best way, the answer is no. I looked at 24 academic studies on allowance from all over the world, and it found giving allowance sometimes is really good, but sometimes it doesn't work so much. The most important thing with your kids is to be clear what the money is for if you give them some money, be consistent, and don't tie it to chores. Don't give them allowance for chores.
Oh.
I'm 0 for 3. Yeah.
Really?
How else am I going to get them to do the work?
All I'm going to say is I'm glad my kids are in school and not seeing this right now.
I give them money. I give them allowance for the chores that they do. Why
is that wrong?
The research shows that when you give money for chores, you're taking away that self-responsibility that kids need. And actually, kids who have that self-responsibility go on to graduate from school and start a career more.
I have to
Just
say,
from chores.
I take away, so I have a starting and then here are your responsibilities. If they don't do them, I take money away.
Amy, you are.
It's another strategy. You're sort of above average.
Yeah.
No,
Amy,
this is
my strategy.
Doing it wrong.
Listen, so many other questions that I wanted to ask because I really feel like we're all learning from this. You got to check out the book. In fact, our studio audience going home with a copy of it. Make your kid a money genius. It's